Good afternoon, friends. I'm doing a video after a few weeks. I wanted to let you know some strategies which one can employ as soon as the new expiry starts and identify which stocks can move more in the coming days after any expiry starts. So the idea is keep an eye on the stocks which move either on day one of the expiry or within the next couple of days. I have five examples to show what I'm trying to say. So the first thing is keep an eye on the futures which move fast, either up or down on day one of expiry, second day, third day. At the same time, keep an eye if the stock is going up, keep an eye on the at the money call. If it's going down, keep an eye on the at the money put. So the first example is Axis Bank. Now, if you see the chart of Axis Bank, which I have over here you'll see on the 28th of February, which was day one of the expiry, Axis Bank gapped down in the futures, and after a high of 726, it went to a low of 690. Now, if you look at the Axis Bank 720 put on 28th, on the screen which is in front of you, you have my cursor is on the 28th of February. The 720 put gave an anchor column all the way from 14 to 24, and then there was a follow through triple top buy above 24.5, and that went all the way high to 85. Once you have this buying trigger, this theory gets invalidated only below the low of this anchor column, which was 14. So it is not a very bad risk reward ratio of buying about 25, stop loss below 14. But in case, even if it comes down and you want to exit because of your other stop loss, maybe money wise stop loss, as long as it doesn't go below 14, this pattern still remains valid, and you look out for another buy, maybe a next double top buy in the coming days or maybe the same day, and that pattern holds and trail it till it lasts the pattern. So right now it is at 70. In fact, it made a high of 85 yesterday. So it's up to you. After 20, buying at 25, there was a period of consolidation for 2-3 days, but again you have these anchor supports and resistances to which you can use as stop loss. So right now the stop loss is very wide. So it is up to the individual how to trade it or how to book it. Next example is bank. Similar happened on, in fact, most of the banks, something similar happened. On 28th February, it gapped down from 150 to 141. That was day one of expiry. So if you look at the Canara Bank 140 put, this is the 28th of February on the left of the screen, where there was a big anchor column from 3.3 to 5.6. Then there was a double top buy. Even if you see above the morning anchor column high, so let's say above 6, the stop loss was below 3. And then today, on Friday, it made a high near 14.15, which is almost 2.5 times. This was Canara Bank. The third chart is State Bank. This is 28th of February on the cursor, which again is a gap down from 315 to 300. And if you look at the State Bank 310 put, this is also on 28th February. There was a big anchor column all the way from 9 to 14. Then there was a double top buy above over here above 14. So even if you say that 14 is quite a big price to pay for a ATM put, you can always go to the next strike price, maybe 300 or maybe 295 if it is there. So whichever is suitable for your money management. And that has gone all the way to 52 yesterday. This was State Bank. Now, you might question, what if this fails? So this is an example where it failed and it again gave a good trade on the opposite side. This was TCS. On 28th, this also gapped down all the way from 2055 to 1970 low on the 28th of February. So if you look at the TCS 1980 put, this is a 1980 put. On the 28th, it did give a follow through by above 41. It went all the way to 80, which is double. On the second day, TCS was basically consolidating. It did not do much. So this put again came down, again went up in the afternoon. At the same time, if you observe the TCS 2000 call, on the 28th, it went down. Then on the 2nd March, which was the Monday, when the put went up again, this call did not break the previous day's low. So this was just a sign of caution. This is not a buy. On the next day, which is the 3rd March, this gave a double top buy here above 75. If you look at the chart of TCS on 3rd March, it gave a green candle. So this was a buy. On the same time, this put on 3rd March gave a sell here. So even if one had bought at 42, he was out near 60, 65. So it is still not a bad trade. After that, what happened? If you look at the 2000 call, so this gave a buy here above 75. Here the stop loss was a series low, which was just 60, which is very, which is a very good risk reward ratio for something like TCS, where the lot size is only 250, and it has gone all the way up to 145. In fact, it is still in a bullish region as long as it doesn't break this anchor support of 70. This was TCS. The next example is Tata Motors. Here again, this gap down on 28th February from 139 to 127. This was the first day of expiry. If you look at the 135 put on 28th February, it made a anchor column here from 4.5 to 7.7, then gave a double top buy above 7.7, and again it consolidated for the next 2-3 days, but did not break the support horizontal green line. So your stop loss would have been below 10 after buying above 7.7. And yesterday again it gapped up, the put gapped up and it made a high near 24. So this was another good trade where, I mean, you can trade options or you can trade the futures, but the hint is from the options where it makes a good anchor column and then gives a follow through. So this is the idea. I hope this has helped you, and you can keep an eye on such stocks on the first day of expiry, because that is where the action starts for the expiry. And then eventually, maybe even if the stock gives a reversal, you can always act and have a trailing stop loss and take a trade in the next direction. Thank you.